good, YouTube? It's your boy 2K the God. Welcome to the Gods of Boxing Talk. Now I'm back with my two men. We got my man Kashad all the way from Little Rock. How you doing, fam?
What it do? What it do?
All right, and I got my man Wilson from Brooklyn. How you doing, Wilson?
I'm good. I'm good.
All right. So these two men did so well before that I felt I needed to bring them back on again. But that's not even the reason why. It's because both these men know the sport of boxing as well as me, or even better. I can rely on these motherfuckers when, if I miss something, I can hit one of these two cats up and be like, yo, what happened here? What happened there? That hasn't happened yet, but I know that if that were to happen, I can rely on them to give me the right shit. That's why I wanted to bring these cats back on. And we're going to do a breakdown of the last two fights, the last two important fights anyway. We're going to save the motherfucker for later. Probably one of the biggest robberies of this decade. We're going to say that for later, though. You know what I'm saying? For this one, we're just going to do Roman Gonzalez versus, goddamn, pray for me. Here we go. Srisaket Sor Rungvisai. And that ain't even... What's up?
Rungvisai? That's what we're going to call him?
I'm probably saying the wrong shit.
I'm going with that one. I'm going with that. That sounds good to me.
I'm probably not even saying it right. You know what I'm saying?
Close enough, motherfucker. Fuck that.
Word up. And that ain't even his real name. That's the fucked up part. His real name is worse. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so we gonna do the breakdown of that fight. If you haven't already heard, I'm about to tell you now, the number one pound-for-pound fighter in the world has taken an L. And he's also given up that throne to none other than Mr. Andre Ward. That's the way it should be anyway, but we'll see as Ring Magazine puts out those new rankings probably by the start of next week or the end of this week. I'm going to go to my man Kashad first. I know he watched this fight multiple times, man. What did you see, and how did you score the fight, fam?
All right, man. I'm gonna kick it off by saying I don't think Chocolatito is the pound-for-pound talent that a lot of people have been hailing him as. I think he's a good fighter, damn good fighter in some cases, but I mean his reign of terror across those divisions. I mean, I don't really know many notable names. I don't really keep up with those divisions to the best of my ability. But I mean, they are, I guess. So I'm gonna say, I think Chocolatito did enough to receive a draw, or I guess win this fight by a round. But I'm perfectly fine with the draw.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say that because as a pound for pound talent, as a person that's being hailed as this guy that is in any weight class, he smashes everybody, and you can't be in this many close fights with Rungvisai. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not disrespecting him. He might be a bad motherfucker. It's just I had never heard of.
I said the same thing. I knew who he was. But Rungvisai is a B-level talent, fam, and borderline C+ because you look at him, he's very basic. He's flat-footed. He has slow combination punching. He doesn't have any lateral movement. He moves backwards. He moves forwards. He doesn't have any good defense. He has no head movement. He has no torso movement. He has no lower body movement. So, I mean, he's very basic. Very basic. Go ahead, though.
That's a kid. And I'm going to say Chocolatito, man, what's happening now is he doesn't look any less stellar than he did at the smaller weight divisions. He's just really fighting bigger, smaller guys.
Bigger guys.
That's the best way to put it. You know what I'm saying? And
like Donaire.
Yeah, dynamite in his fist ain't really talking about much no more.
Yeah.
So after, I will say, I think I'm going to go back 2 more fights. He fought like this guy named
McWilliams Arroyo.
Yeah. He fought him, and he fought Carlos Kuzgas. Kuzgas.
Yeah.
I'm tearing his name up, man. But those were fights that showed me that Chocolatito was not only not only not pound for pound, but an ass whooping was soon, like, it was on the horizon. You know what I'm saying? Because those guys were showing, like, hey, I can take this punch and I'm gonna give you something back. I think McWilliams, his damn shoe, like, blew up in the fight, and he still kind of bit down and was giving Chocolatito some work. And Rungvisai, props to him on the W. I mean, we're not about to start hailing him as a pound for pound talent. That pretty much says it all about like the truth about Gonzalez's reign at the top of that mythical list. The person that beat you, he ain't even considered a top 15, top 20 pound for pound right now. So
nope.
I would like to see a rematch. It was an action-packed fight. Like I said, I'd give it a draw, or I would have gave Chocolatito that win simply because when that point got cleared out or canceled out later in the fight.
Tell me this before I pass it to Wilson. What did you see that Rungvisai was doing that Roman Gonzalez, from the point of view of the judges, could not get around?
Man, and that's it's an odd thing. You basically you called him extremely basic.
Yeah.
And it's like he didn't do anything spectacular to put Gonzalez in this type of situation. You know what I'm saying? Just like Carlos Cruz didn't do anything spectacular. It's just Gonzalez fights level. Yeah, he fights to the level of his competition. If you let him steamroll you, he gonna steamroll you, and if you just stand in there with him, it's like he loses his confidence. But I will say he bit down and he fought back. The championship rounds, he didn't look like a champion.
Word. All right. Wilson, man, what did you see in this fight and how did you score it, fam?
I had it 113. I had it a draw. I would have been okay with Chocolatito winning. I can understand why, won in a way, because towards the end of the fight, he looked almost like he was the one coming on.
Yeah.
And it was back and forth. It was a lot of headbutts. It was an ugly fight at times.
Yeah.
It was, an ugly fight, but it was exciting to watch. Like, casuals love that stuff, man. Nobody moves, just stay there, phone booth, whatever may be the case. But I think the heavier weight is what's really causing the issue for him. So I don't know where he could go from here. I had Quadras winning against him.
Yeah, same here.
And he didn't even look great to me in the fight prior to that. So that's a different story. But
yep.
I don't know, man. It was like a little faint, maybe box a little. It would have been a complete different fight. It would have been an easy fight. It was just more like he went in there, fought with a guy that you guys just described as basic, and became basic himself.
Basically.
Because he got hit a lot. He got hit a lot.
Yeah, he did. And he got dropped in the first round.
That's to the point.
Yeah.
That's to the point. That's to the point of the, Kashad. That the point was that he played down to the competition's level, and when you're not the bigger guy, or when you're not at the same size level, and you're the smaller guy, sometimes that could come back to bite you in the ass.
No doubt. Well, I had it the same as Wilson. What I was looking for in this fight was Roman Gonzalez pretty much doing what he normally does against the smaller fighters and this is a testament to the fact that Roman may not have been a pound-for-pound talent, at least number one. He's definitely a pound-for-pound talent, but at least number one on the list because your style has to transition as you move up. And you may need to make adjustments to that style as you move up. Case in point, you have Floyd Mayweather. I hate to bring this motherfucker up, but you have Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? At the smaller weights, he was very aggressive. He had a nice defense, but he was more of an aggressive fighter that was looking for the knockout. As he moved up in weight, he knew, besides his hand injuries, he knew that his power is not going to carry at the higher weights. So he became more defensive. You see what I'm saying? He started to learn how to do the shoulder roll, or he mastered anyway the shoulder roll. He knew how to do it before, but he mastered it. He mastered a lot of different defensive techniques so that he could survive. He became smarter and more economical with his punches. That way, whatever punch he threw, he made sure it counted. That's why you see Floyd landing like 40% of his fucking shots in almost every single fight. This is the type of shit.
And you actually see it.
Right. And I'm not, and then, you know, his opponents will land like 16%. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying.
And you see that too.
Yeah. I'm not saying Roman needed to be like Floyd Mayweather at 115 pounds. But what he needed to do was he needed to add an extra asset to his style, and that is to be a little more defensive. You can't just run into punches when you're no longer the bigger man in the ring. And we've seen that against Carlos Cuadras. Against McWilliams Arroyo, he still kind of bullied McWilliams, but McWilliams kind of boxed him. And with him
real good pot shot.
Exactly. He was pot shotting the shit out of him. With him boxing him, it made Roman look a little ordinary. Even though he won that fight, he still looked kind of ordinary, right? So we were kind of worried about him going into the fight with Cuadras. Like, hold on, this little cat over here just boxed you, fam. Cuadras is a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? He's been murking cats for a long time at 115. And in that fight, what I had seen while Roman was being the more aggressive fighter, I think a lot of people didn't understand that Cuadras, his style is to use the ring. So with that said, they were like, oh, he's backing the bigger man up. He's got him on his back foot. And I'm like, no, fam, that's how Cuadras fights.
He fights on his back foot.
Exactly. He prefers. Exactly. He prefers to be on his back foot. And Wilson, I was arguing with a lot of motherfuckers about that. Even cats that I respect. I was like, dog, this is how he fights. Roman's not pushing him. This is what Cuadras prefers. And in doing so, he
wants you. Yeah, he wants you to come at him with your offense.
Yep.
So he can come at you with something right back. But he's not the guy that's going to lead.
Exactly. He uses your aggressiveness against you. That's how Cuadras fights. And that's what he was doing against Roman. And that's why I had Cuadras winning. I had Cuadras winning by a point or two. But I wasn't mad at the decision. You know what I'm saying? That Roman got it. I wasn't mad at all about that. So going into this fight, I was expecting him to do the same thing because that's what he does. And I told Wilson, I picked Roman to win.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and lie. I picked Roman to win. But I told Wilson, I said, yo, the Thai cat is nice. You know what I'm saying? I said, the Thai cat is nice. This ain't no, Roman going to go in there and run this motherfucker over. You know what I'm saying? And what I seen in this fight, fam, is the Thai cat imposed his will on the smaller fighter. Roman was trying to be the bully against a guy he could not move. Dog, just go back and watch the fight.
He took some bombs, man. I watched it. He took some bombs.
Yeah.
He took some
heavy
bombs. And,
to my listeners,
there were some rounds he staggered a little bit, but eventually when he got his wits together, he would come right back. So
exactly. Yep.
That's why I said it was an ugly fight, because it was a lot of back and forth action. Like, nobody at one point was moving their head. Everybody was just, like, the defense was blocked with my face.
Exactly. A casual's dream, basically.
That's what I think.
I think it would be hella interesting to see a rematch of this, man, because if Chocolatito is even a pound-for-pound talent, he'll make adjustments and he'll watch.
He won't.
Oh, no. And that's the point. That's the point that I'm getting at. He's like I was gonna say to my listeners, go back and watch how what's his name, Rungvisai he would basically walk into Roman Gonzalez and literally push this motherfucker from one end of the ring to the next. It was like just straight up, just like Roman was like a 10-year-old boy and he was an 18-year-old man, just pushing this motherfucker across the ring. And Roman would land.
Roman would have been like a Roman would have been like a 13-year-old boy, and he would have been like a 15-year-old man, because all these motherfuckers small as hell.
I'm just saying.
Like,
I'm just saying.
When we talking about the size disparity, I'm like, bruh, this is really like maybe 3 or 5 pounds where you would get that anyway. And I mean, I understand that matters, but man, all these guys small. Like,
and the way that he pushed him, though, it was like he was getting pushed by a grown ass man and he was a kid. Like it was sad, fam. I'm watching that. I'm watching Roman try to bully him, and Rungvisai would just move his ass back. And any power shot that Roman would land, Rungvisai walk right through that shit like it was nothing. He would hit him. Rungvisai would return with like a 5-punch combination. And the fucked up part was they would all land on Roman. That was my problem with him. You have to have better defense when you're fighting bigger fighters. You can't just walk in there and try to bulldoze a bigger fucking fighter. It's not going to work for you. Okay? What I will say is Rungvisai got tired and Roman was wearing his ass down. That's what got him tired.
Yeah.
And he would back him up in doing so. He would back Rungvisai up. But then towards the latter rounds, Rungvisai got a new fucking what is that word? A second win. He got a second win, and he started winning some of the late rounds. I can't recall what rounds I gave Rungvisai because I was actually doing some commentating, for people that wanted to learn more about the technical aspect of the sport while that fight was going on. But I remember towards the end,
11th or so.
Huh?
It was like towards the end of the 10th into the 11th.
I remember I gave Rungvisai
coming on.
I gave him 2 late. Well, I gave Rungvisai 2 late rounds. That's what fucked it up for Roman, in my opinion, on my scorecard. Rungvisai was looking really good towards the very end of the fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this was after the point deduction. You know what I'm saying? So you factor in the fact that he dropped Roman in the first round, and he, in my opinion, after that he kind of went out ahead like 3 points, and then Roman started looking good towards the middle rounds. And he brought the fight back up, and then fucking Rungvisai ended with 2 good rounds, and I think Roman won the 12th, if I'm not mistaken. So
yeah, 10 and 11th. That's what I gave the other guy.
Okay, exactly. That was probably what my shit was too. Yep, 10 and 11. So I mean, if Roman wouldn't have allowed him to win those 10 and 11 rounds, he probably would have came out with the victory. So a lot of motherfuckers talking about robbery. This fight was not a robbery whatsoever. It was a fight that was very close, that could have gone any way. Now, in my opinion, and I've said this before, the same thing with Kovalev Ward. You have a fight where 2 men are fighting, and coming to the 12th round, you're like, damn, nigga, this fight could go either way. If it ends up going in one direction, it's not a robbery. Same thing with Ward Kovalev. Going into the 12th round in that fight, I turned to the people I was watching the fight with, and I told all of them, I said, yo, whoever wins this 12th round wins the fight. And I gave the 12th round to fucking Andre Ward. So he won the fight. I had the same scorecard as the judges, 114, 113. You know what I'm saying?
Me too.
Yeah. So, I mean, those aren't robberies. Now, the fight we're getting ready to talk about next is a different story. Y'all got anything y'all want to add to this?
Yeah, in closing, I'm going to say Chocolatito in the rematch, he has to look better, or I don't even think he's in the top 10 pound for pound, because, I mean, not only are you looking bad in your last few fights, but you like getting your ass whooped. Like, these are fights that are taking years off of him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, you can't keep getting too many wars.
He's too small for the division.
And, I mean, yeah, so I don't see him taking too many of those, especially when he went down in the first round. Because it's like he literally thought that shot, he was just going to knock that off. And, that wasn't nothing. And it put him down.
Yeah.
And you could kind of see when he got up, he just couldn't believe he went down for it. So,
the punch wasn't even
wow.
The punch wasn't even that solid. It was a right hook to the body that really didn't land flush per se. It kind of slid, off his side. And it put him down. I think it was the sheer force of the punch that put him down rather than the actual power or it hurting him. And it's just a testament to he's just too small, dog. Like, I was talking to another cat And I was telling him, dog, Roman is too small for 115. This was before this fight. He was like, no, I don't think he's too small. He's good for division. I'm like, fam, look at Roman's face and look at Cuadras' face at the end of that fight. And Roman looks like he was one of them beef legs that Rocky was fucking beating on before he fought motherfucking Ivan Drago, dog. That's what he looked like. Looked like Roman was hanging in the motherfucking freezer and Rocky was beating on this nigga's face. You know what I'm saying? And the fucked
he got
up
beat the fuck.
Exactly. And the fucked up part is Roman landed more punches than Cuadras did. More power shots. And Cuadras looked like he just stepped out of the club. You know what I'm saying? So that tells you he's too small for the fucking division. He can't take the shots the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And that makes a difference because eventually he's going to, get knocked out. Out of that, he could go back.
What do y'all think about
what else he could do? He should go back.
Yeah, I agree. He should go back, but he might not. Just in case he doesn't, right? We got some fighters at 115 that probably licking their chops right now. They just finished eating some barbecue. You know what I'm saying? You got Cal Yafai. You got
right.
What's my man's name? Damn, I fucking got a brain fart right now. He fought the dude, Juan Francisco Estrada. He's up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got my motherfucking dude, 2014 Fighter of the Year. Every time I mention this dude, I'm gonna say that because he should have got it over Terrence Crawford. My man, Naoya Inoue. You got him. What? How does he stack? Yeah, exactly. How does he stack up against these cats? Can he beat these guys?
I don't know if you can.
Talking about Ron?
Can Chocolatito beat Cal Yafai, rematch with Estrada?
No.
Naoya, can he beat these guys?
No, definitely. He gonna want another monster, man.
Hell nah.
You know this.
I think Chocolatito has Rungvisai problems right now, and before.
And they don't. And you know what? All those fighters that you mentioned.
Yeah.
I think they will beat Rungvisai. Period.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, of course.
Cuadras already did.
I take his ass in Japan if he want to.
Cuadras already beat Rungvisai.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
he don't. But Chocolatito, I think Chocolatito has a mad problem with Inoue. I think that's I can't wait for that to happen. But then again, he has to beat Rungvisai.
You know,
he'll beat him in the next fight.
You know, guys, this was supposed to be an easy fight.
Yes, it was.
Didn't really pay no mind. It was like, oh, he was going to be on, or we'll watch it. He's on, blah, blah, blah. I was there. There was people there to watch him. I was in the building. There was people there to watch him. So some people do come out for him for some reason or another. But this was supposed to be an easy fight. This was just supposed to be, okay, let's get this one over with and move on to the next one. And it was nothing but that.
Yep. So one more thing.
It was nothing but that.
One more thing before I close it out. I forgot. The dude that I was actually trying to convince that Roman Gonzalez was too small for 115, and I actually did. I was successful in convincing him. The reason why I mentioned that is because, and this is no bullshit, it just came to my mind. He said that he wanted to see Roman Gonzalez fight Guillermo Rigondeaux at 118.
Get the fuck out of here. Who the fuck said that?
I take that as a no.
Can I tell you? Can I tell you right now how that's gonna go?
Crickets.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Like, you're gonna walk into Rigo's house, and on the wall is gonna be Chocolatito's jaw.
Along with Amagasas and James Dickens, huh?
Yeah.
I don't even.
Motherfucker, that's the jaw collector right there. Like, are you kidding me? Like,
hey, I'm just putting it out there what the man said.
I have no interest in that ass whipping because it will be an easy fight.
Easy work.
And the funny thing is, Will, I'll say I disagree when I say I have no interest in it. As aficionados, we disagree because we watch the sport so much and we follow it.
Yeah.
But, man, Rico is somebody who is highly disrespected, in terms of the casual fan. So
I know this.
I do think, hey, feed that man somebody like Chocolatito but I really feel like Rico should be doing more than what he's doing to get Vasil Lomachenko as well.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says. That 8 pounds, 6 pounds, or whatever, I still think I still think Rigondeaux is sharp enough to get that man out of there. And I'm not talking about just win, to get him out of there.
I agree.
Yeah. He's a masterful boxer in my opinion, but a lot of people don't really follow him for some reason, don't like him.
Well, he's too small.
They say he's boring.
Oh, you're talking about Rigo.
Whatever, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But
the average fan is gonna listen to HBO. That's the fucking problem. And they killed his marketability. So did Bob Arum. That's the problem.
Bob Arum had a lot to do with that too. So
yeah, that's the fucking problem.
It's politics in the sport sometimes, and people, unfortunately, the masses, they're like, they just follow. They don't do their own homework.
No doubt.
It's here for what it is. So it is what it is. But if that fight was to ever happen, of course I would watch it, because I'll watch any damn thing that's boxing. But, I just don't see it as being competitive, period.
Yeah, that's an ass beating, bro. All right. I'm going to go ahead and end it right here. I'm going to keep my panel alive because we going to go to the motherfucking next. Boy, oh boy. Oh boy. YouTube, do what you do in the comment section. We'll be real. This is real talk for real fans. 1.